Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Do you like my messy bun? Well, so do I. Today I'm going to be doing a July favorites, but we are mixing it up a little bit because I've got some things that I want to talk about that I don't like very much. So for the first time on my channel, we're going to be doing a July hit and misses. Hits and misses, whatever it's called. So first I'm going to start with all the things that I do like, the hits. And then after I'm done listing those off, we'll go over the misses. There aren't very many things that I'm not happy with this month, but I did want to make sure to include them because some of them I feel just a little bit strongly about. So first, starting with the hits, I'm going to be talking about two powders. I did include these in my last two videos or whatever. I did a whole video on drugstore powders, and these were the two that I loved. This is the Pixi by Petra Quick Fix powder in translucid, and this is the e.l.f. HD powder in sheer. These were my top two powders and I ended up just loving them, and they are very, very affordable. The e.l.f. one is by far the most affordable because it's only $6. The Pixi one, the only thing that I didn't really like about it was the amount of powder that you get with it. You do not get that much powder with it, but it is an amazing drugstore powder. Next is the Stila Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer. I ended up really, really liking this. I included it in a first impressions video, and I was really impressed with how it worked. It's kind of like a medium to light coverage foundation, but the thing that I really love about it is that it does come with a concealer. This is an amazing concealer for spot correcting after you put on the foundation because you know it's the right shade. That's what I really, really like about it. The foundation itself is really good. It does last all day long, on me at least. I do have combination skin. I'm oily around my nose, but I'm dry everywhere else. Next is the Early Bird palette by Pretty Vulgar. I included this in the last wedding makeup tutorial that I did. I love this palette so much, and I also used their other palette, the Pretty Bird palette, in another first impressions video, and I ended up loving that as well. Pretty Vulgar is, I think, a fairly new brand. If not, they are fairly new to Sephora, and a lot of people are just now discovering it, and I really, really love their stuff. I especially love the packaging. It's so cute and so unique to themselves. They try to be pretty vintage, I believe, and they really do stick with that theme. I just love it because the shadows are super, super pigmented, and the mattes are really easy to work with. And the shimmer shades are beautiful as well. I especially love this color called Ruffled. That's the lid color that I used in my wedding makeup tutorial. Next is something very, very exciting for those of you who like to get things on a bargain. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powders. These just recently came out, and I love them, or these shades just recently came out. I love them. I use the Golden Flower Crown because it is the lightest. This one's pretty light too, the Precious Petals, but it's not quite light enough for me. And this one's just way too dark, but it's still a very, very beautiful shade. I actually used this color today on me, and it's really pretty. I would say that Wet n Wild probably has the best highlights in the drugstore. NYX has some really good highlighters as well, but Wet n Wild, for the price, is amazing. Next is another eyeshadow palette, and this is the Volume 3 Nude Eyeshadow Palette, the Nude Beach palette by The Balm. I just love The Balm's eyeshadows. I think they're super underrated. Not a lot of people talk about them, but they're just really easy to work with, and some of the most pigmented shadows ever. Here's some finger swatches. I know finger swatches aren't the best, but I just want to show you like some of the colors. And I really, really just like the color scheme of this. It's like a maroon, burgundy, brownish theme, and those are like my favorite colors in an eyeshadow palette, so it's like, what else could you want in an eyeshadow palette? These are the Becca Liquid Crystal Lip Topper Glow Gloss. I don't like how long the name is because that's confusing, but these things are so beautiful. They're just lip toppers, so they're not extremely like pigmented. They're basically like a clear lip gloss with shifting like glitters inside of them. So here are some of the colors. Oh my god, I swatched them on a completely wrong spot on my arm. But they are, like I said, not super pigmented, but I like them because they kind of just add a little bit more spice to a makeup look. I've been using the Rose Quartz lip topper like pretty much every single day just because I love the way that it makes my lips look, and I also love the way that it feels. It's not a super sticky lip gloss. That's like my biggest pet peeve, is when lipsticks or lip glosses are sticky or like super thick, I guess I should say, and these are not. They feel super comfortable on the lips, and I just love this color. It's so unique. I've never seen anything like it before. Then I have a couple of skincare items left for the hits side. So first, this is the Body Shop Himalayan Charcoal Face Mask, or Purifying Glow Mask. I cannot talk this mask up enough. If you guys didn't watch my latest skincare video where I mentioned I've been using face masks 1 to 2 times a week, and it's seriously improved my skin so much. Like, my pores have shrunk, my skin just doesn't break out as much. And then the Body Shop sent me over the Himalayan charcoal mask. This is my second jar. This stuff is literally no joke, and it smells so freaking good. I use it like probably twice a week just because I love it so much, and it just makes my skin feel so soft after I use it. It literally just like exfoliates and brightens and makes everything look so good. It does feel kind of powerful on my skin. Like, right when I put it on, it does sting a little bit, and at first that really kind of like made me feel alarmed, but I let it just dry on my face, and then I washed it off, and I saw what a difference it made in my skin after just one use, and I was hooked. Like, I love it so much. I have to stop myself from wanting to use it every single day when I get out of the shower. But if I were to tell you guys to splurge on a mask, it would definitely be this one. No, this video is not sponsored. I just tried this after they sent it to me, and I'm hooked. Like, I love it so much. Last, for my hits and for the skincare part, I actually did a sponsored video with this brand a while ago on Instagram, and this is the Nurture by Nature sensitive slash dry skincare line. This isn't everything in that skincare line, but these are my my top 2 favorite products out of all of them. So this is the Soft Touch Gel to Milk Cleanser, and this is the Beauty Sleep Invisible Hydration Mask. This stuff is amazing for wanting to take off a full face of makeup. It's kind of like one of those makeup melters, but it's also a cleanser in one, so you don't really need to wash your face after that. Sometimes I do if I have like a heavy face of makeup on, but usually I just use this, and it like melts my makeup off and also washes my skin at the same time. It's super cool. I'm gonna put some on my hand for you guys. It like comes out as a completely clear gel, and then when you rub it together, it like turns into a milky substance or whatever, kind of like those makeup melters, you know? And the reason that I like it so much is because some makeup melters make me break out because it does have so much oil or something in them. It just makes my skin kind of react to it, and that cleanser, I have not reacted to it at all. You can tell that it was truly made for sensitive skin. Sorry, I'm like wiping my hands off right now. And as for the Beauty Sleep Invisible Hydrating Mask, I use this every night before I go to bed. I do like 2 to 3 pumps of this, and then I put the doTERRA frankincense essential oil in that, and I mix it together, and then I put that on my face. And then sometimes I'll put another moisturizer on top of it, or sometimes I'll just leave it at that. And I feel like when I wake up, my skin is just completely healed. Like, if I have a blemish or like a blemish that's starting, I feel like it definitely disappears, and my pores just feel smaller, and my skin just feels softer. I'm not sure if it's in combination with that face mask or with me just kind of like changing up my skincare altogether, but whatever I'm doing right now is really working, and I feel like this and the mask and the doTERRA frankincense is really making a difference. Now for the misses. First, I'm gonna start with some powders like I did with the hits. So this is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Powder, and this is the Physicians Formula Mineral Loose Powder. So I have 2 completely different opinions about these two. So on the NYX HD Studio whatever powder, who cares honestly, I absolutely despise this powder. This was in that video that I made about loose powders a couple videos ago, and I absolutely hate it. It has such bad flashback, and Someone commented on my video and said that I was using it wrong, and you're only supposed to use HD powders for lightly dusting over your face when your makeup is done, which, yes, I probably shouldn't have baked with this. I guess you're not supposed to bake with HD powders, but I bake with that e.l.f. HD powder and it works beautifully, so I'm not really sure. But I did sweep this lightly over my face after I had makeup done and after I was done baking underneath my eyes, and it still gave me flashback wherever I dusted it over my face. So even if I just used it to dust it over my face, it would still give me flashback. Not to mention this stuff flies everywhere, it gets up your nose, it makes you want to sneeze, and it's kind of a pain to use. So I really dislike this powder, and I wish that NYX would come out with a more dense powder, not a powder that's so fine and like flies everywhere. I wish somebody came out with a really good dense setting powder. Now for the Physicians Formula powder. This is a dense setting powder and I actually loved it. I love the way that it looked on my skin, but it's way too dark. And there's not any shades that are lighter than this. I feel like they need to make an actual true translucent setting powder with this formula, because this one is called Translucent Light, but it's definitely not. Like, I baked it under my eyes and I even dusted it over the rest of my face, and it made everything look 2 times darker than what it initially was. So I feel like they really need to make a true translucent powder for it to be good, because if it was true translucent, this would be the best powder ever. Like, I loved it so much, but it's just too dark. The next miss is the Too Faced Chocolate Brownie, and this is in the shade Taupe. Really, the only reason that I don't like this is because it's super warm. Like, it is kind of orangish. One of the most orange taupe colors I've ever used. I mean, the actual pencil itself is a really nice shape. Pencil is a really nice shape. It's kind of like the Anastasia Brow Definer, and it has a spoolie at the end, which I really like. It's just the color of the taupe that I'm not a fan of. Next is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush, and this is in the shade Natural Glow. Now, before anyone says anything, I love the butter bronzers and the butter blushes, but this one specifically, the Natural Glow, is way too shiny. Like, it could literally be a highlight. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like pretty much a peach highlight. And I used it one day on my cheeks and I instantly regretted it, and I went and washed it off because it was so shiny. I'm not a huge fan of shiny blushes, but this one is just a little bit too much. I love the rest of the butter blushes, but it's this color specifically that I'm not a huge fan of. Next, this one's gonna come as a shock to some of you, but I had a realization with this product. So this is the Tarte Brighter Days Highlighting Moisturizer, and I'm super bummed about this being a miss, but I used to love this stuff with all my heart. I used to use it every single day under my makeup, and I just thought it was the prettiest thing. It made my skin so luminous and so beautiful. And then one day, after I had used it, I went out in the sunlight and I saw myself in my car mirror, and my face looked like a load of glitter. Like, there was sparkles everywhere, and I was a little bit embarrassed because that's like one of my biggest pet peeves is when people have really sparkly faces in the sunlight. And I looked at my hands too, and my hands were so sparkly. So I knew it was the moisturizer. I even tested it out. I went and rubbed it in my hands again, and then I put my hands in the sunlight, and it was that moisturizer. So I'm really bummed about that. I really liked it, and it just made my face look so good in certain lightings, but in the sunlight, it looked like I had a crap ton of glitter all over my face, so that's an instant no from me. Next misses are the NYX Away We Glow. These are only a miss because I'm just not really sure what you're supposed to use them for. It says they're an illuminating powder, but like, I don't know, cause like this one, there's like a dark blush shade, like a dark brick color, a bronze color, and then there's like a highlighting color. So I'm confused. Are you supposed to swirl your brush around and put it on your face? And this one's just a bunch of bronze colors. I'm just, the only reason it's a miss is because I'm just a little bit confused, and I've yet to see anybody really like use them or know how to use them, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm just confused. So I will not be using them. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about them. And the last miss of the day are the Too Faced Melted Latex lipsticks. These lipsticks, dear God, are the thickest and goopiest and most patchiest lipsticks I have ever tried in my entire life. I'm not really sure what they were going for. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be lip glosses or just like super shiny lipsticks. If you watch my rose gold and maroon makeup tutorial, it's like testing out the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette or whatever. I do include these in it, and I try a couple of them and I just end up not liking them. They make my lips look really, really dry and like patchy, and they're so thick. I'll go ahead and put one on for you. Okay, so this is the one called Safe Word. This is actually the lipstick that I tried in that tutorial. So they're super, like, this one's really pigmented. It just, oh God, I wish you guys could feel the thickness of this stuff. Oh my. Like, this one's pretty pigmented, but it's like so annoying because every time my lips touch, they like stick together and I can just feel how thick that product is on my lips. I'm gonna show you the purple color because that one's kind of a mess. So this one is called By Felicia. Like, this one is just so incredibly patchy. I cannot understand it. Mind you, I've dipped this wand in it okay, don't mind my application like so bad, but that's the best I can do with it. It's just, this one is so patchy. It's all the darker colors that do this. It is so patchy. It is so thick. Like, this would not last more than 5 minutes on me, I feel like. It would just rub off. I feel like this one might bleed a little bit. I'm not sure. It's just the thickness. The thickness of it, I cannot handle, people. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my opinions on different products and my holy grails of the month of June. I hope I didn't offend anyone with the misses part of it, but you know, that's just my opinion. Everyone has different opinions, and I hope you respect mine because I respect yours. Anyways, just a reminder, this tutorial will be up on Friday. Yes, Friday. I know, I'm sorry I make you wait 3 days, but I decided that this video should go up sooner because it is August right now, so I'm a little bit late. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.